make homemade flour tortillas today. I have all my ingredients ready, including some lard. We're going to use a combination of oil and lard for flavor. I also have baking powder to make them puff up. First, add your flour to your bowl. Make sure you spoon it into the cup before leveling it. Next, we're going to add some salt for some flavor and some baking powder. Give that a whisk so it's nicely incorporated. Next, add your oil and your lard. This might be portioned out for you, but if it's not, you're going to press it into the measuring spoon to make sure it's accurate. This is going to add a lot of flavor, but if you can't eat lard for any reason, you can always replace it with additional oil. Pinch that together with your fingers. You want it to create a crumbly mixture with all the fat mixed into the flour. It'll look like this when it's done. Next, we're going to add some water. I heated this up in the microwave for about a minute. I'm going to add that to my flour mixture and mix it with a spoon. The dough will be very sticky at first, but keep mixing it. We're going to put the dough on a lightly floured surface and knead it until it's nice and smooth. Use a push, turn, fold motion to knead the dough. If it starts to stick to your hands or to the counter, add a little bit of extra flour and keep kneading it. The dough should be nice and soft, but not super sticky. Once the dough's nice and smooth, you can let it rest. In our case, we're going to go ahead and divide it into 10 equal pieces. Just do the best you can. I usually make 10 pieces and then I add a little bit of dough or take a little bit of dough away to make them as even as I can. If you have a kitchen scale, you can also divide the dough into even weights. We're going to roll each dough into a ball. Then we're going to dip it in flour and put it into our storage container. The flour will keep it from sticking quite as bad. You can let these rest for about half an hour to 45 minutes on the counter or in the refrigerator overnight. When you clean your counter, scrub it with a soapy sponge, then use our vinegar spray to get the counters nice and clean. On the day we cook, preheat your pan to 400 degrees or high heat. You're going to line your tortilla press with a plastic bag. So cut the top off, cut the sides open, but leave the bottom intact. This will prevent the tortillas from sticking. You're also going to need some paper towels, so fold a large piece of paper towel to steam the tortillas in later. I have about a quarter cup of flour here. I'm going to dip each ball of dough in the flour, open the plastic, close it on top of the ball, and press the tortilla press about 4 times. Notice I'm turning the tortilla every time. This will get it nice and thin. We can stop there if we want to. So you're going to carefully peel the bag off the tortilla and then carefully place it on your pan. Let's try that again. Make sure you turn the tortilla so it gets evenly thin. If it's not thin enough for you, you can also roll it with a rolling pin. I usually keep it in the bag to do this. Turn the dough and roll it so it's nice and thin into the pan. Here's a closer look. Every once in a while, you might need to lift the top of the bag up so it doesn't get stuck in the dough. If the dough's hard for you to handle, I would not roll it out again. I would just stick with pressing it using the tortilla press. It's a little easier to handle when the dough is slightly thicker, but it's up to you. So you're going to cook the dough on one side for 30 seconds, flip it, 30 seconds, flip it again, and 30 more seconds. You're looking for the dough to puff up like this. When it puffs up, that means it's done. You're gonna wanna keep rolling tortillas as the others are cooking on the pan. So cook it for 30 seconds, flip, flip again, and on your second or third flip, it should start puffing up just like this. If it doesn't puff up, that's okay too. Look for the golden brown spots. When they're done, take them off of the pan and put them in your paper towels, stacking them up each time you make a new one. And there you have it, perfectly cooked flour tortillas.